Thanks to the supporters of channel member A11 Scorpio 1996. Well, as we've made it to January and we're looking good for staying in the Premier League this year, I thought this was a good opportunity to spend another 50 million quid. Hello and welcome to part 104 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have Premier League games at Arsenal and at home against Brighton. Since you were last with me, this is what's been going on. Lots of wins. Lots of wins. Yes, we had the 5-1 defeat against Manchester United. Yes, we lost to Tottenham, but they're both defeats you'd expect us to have. The most important thing is we're also winning the games you'd expect us to be competitive in. So we beat Crystal Palace, we beat Leicester, we thumped Middlesbrough, we're through to the fourth round of the FA Cup thanks to a pretty comfortable victory over Rotherham, and this is what the Premier League table looks like. 20 games gone, we're already on 28 points. We're way clear of relegation. We only need another 12 points to hit our target for the season. We could, we won't get another 6 points added to that today. We could get another 3 points onto that total, but we're looking reasonably safe. The board gave me an extra £30 million to spend because money is just flowing into this football club at the moment because I spent 50 and we're still looking pretty solid on our balance with a projection that, it's not disastrous and that tends not to include prize money either. So I think our balance will still be fine. You'll see I've not spent all of it yet. It's only the 10th of January. There might be more business to come, but at the moment I've made some significant signings if we can ever get to that screen. So firstly, players leaving. You can see we've sold another goalkeeper to a big club. This time Jason Macy's gone to Liverpool. I don't get it. We sold a goalkeeper to Chelsea last year. Who was it? Let's go back a year. I want to go back a year. Who did we sell to Chelsea? I feel like it was Williams. Yeah, Scott Williams went to Chelsea for less than Chelsea's number one. And he just sits on their bench, presumably as their third choice, but because he's English, it just helps with their squad building. And it looks like this is a thing that the AI is doing. Third choice goalkeepers, just anyone English, and they'll bring him in. So Jason Macy is now at Liverpool on that basis, earning £25,000 a week just to be their third choice goalkeeper. It's absolute madness. Lastra's also gone out on loan. He's gone, one of the contingent heading towards the MLS. He's gone to Columbus for the rest of the season. And David Leonardo has gone to Malmo. They're paying all his wages and paying us £1.5 million worth of loan fee for a player who just wasn't going to get in our team with the strength we've got on that right-hand side. And then the players we've brought in, 4 new signings, strengthening in key areas that we needed to strengthen. This guy, I think, is going to be arguably the signing of the season. No, because we've got what's his face, haven't we? Cerner something. I can't say his name. Cerner, where is he? I'm sure it's Cerner Jackie. There we go. I need to memorise these names. I struggle with the names. But Da Silva's a 21-year-old Brazilian under-20 international, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's better than any other centre-back we had at the club previously. Arsenal were in for this guy, and we just moved before then. We had this transfer arranged by mid-November, and he's come in, joined us. He's now made his debut as well, but Da Silva is in as our new centre-back. Paul Mira has made his loan move permanent from Napoli. Another Brazilian defender is in. Orlando is a 21-year-old right wing-back, also capped at under-20 level for Brazil. He's better than Ansong. He's allowed Lastra to go out on loan. And now we've got 2 young right-backs competing with each other. And that can't be a bad thing, can it, really? And then lastly, what a name this guy's got. Rock Voros, or how do you say the bits with the accents over? Rock Veros? I don't know. I don't know what noise it makes. We're going to call him Rock Voros. 24-year-old Slovenian international, 47 caps already for Slovenia. This guy has been at Juventus for the last several years. They did the absolute dirty on Maribor with this guy. Signed for £650,000 from Maribor. Spent a year playing for the under-23s at Juventus. And then they loaned him back the next season for nearly 3 times what they received from him in the first place. But then the following year, they paid another £4.3 million to loan him back for another year. So this guy comes through their youth system. They make almost no money selling him, then spend £6 million loaning him back for 2 years. Juventus loan him out again twice more. They've made £10 million in loan fees on this guy. This is This is how you do business. This is how the rich say rich. Because then they've made another £10 million on us buying him. So sign him for next to nothing. Did he ever even play for Juventus? He played 2 games for Juventus there, and they've made £20 million on him. But he's good. He's a good winger. It's a good option. Gives us more options both on the wing and in the attacking midfield positions. So let's get into the Arsenal game. This is the team we're putting out there for Arsenal. You'll notice we have got Stančić in goal. He was getting a grumpy that he wasn't getting game time, so I've had to promise him some game time. I know there's a lot of Sir Alan Hardy loyalists around, and I would count myself in that number, but he's star rating wise, Stančić is better. He did look good on the first day of the season against Chelsea. It was just that game against Stoke where we conceded all those goals. Remember that brilliant save he made on the first day of the season, and then I just wrote him off because he conceded 4 goals. Well, Hardy's conceded 5 goals twice this season. I never considered writing him off, but now Stančić is asking to either play or leave. It's time to play him. So Stančić comes back into the team. He'll get a little run of games now. What does that mean? He's happy with his manager's treatment of Stančić. So he's in the team with Sir Alan Hardy's blessing, which is good. The rest of the back four is Cogney, we've actually been playing a little bit in central midfield recently. If we have a look at his recent form, you'll see he's played 3 of his last 4 games for us as a box-to-box midfielder in central midfield, because Regulus, the guy who we brought in as his backup, is getting better and better. He's got a little bit of a Mick Powell situation going on his own, and I wonder if long-term that's where Cogney's going to be alongside Mira, maybe dropping an Arnautovic out of the team, and Regulus forces his way on the left-hand side of the defence. But for now, Cogney's back in for today alongside Da Silva, Quero and Orlando at the back, and Arnautovic and Mira in midfield, and then Minic, Ruiz and Sernajaki behind Gomez up front. Minic is in some decent form at the moment as well, starting to... he was in some decent form. He was in some decent form. Not so much the last few games, but at least we've got Voros who can start pushing towards getting him out of the side, maybe. Right, let's get into this Arsenal game. This is another one of those where we're budgeting for a defeat here today. So it's not the end of the world if we lose the game. We would expect to lose this game as long as we don't let it knock the stuffing out of us, because we then want to win the next game. But this one, there's no shame in a defeat away from home against Arsenal. So we'll do the underdogs team talk, and we're just really looking for any individual performances, any standouts who make an argument for being part of the team longer term. And there's Stančić's first contribution to being back in the side. Maybe away against Arsenal wasn't the day to bring him back in, because we're going to concede 4 or 5 goals today anyway. We would have done with Sir Alan Hardy in, and it's not really a fair way to judge Stančić, but he's conceded a goal in less than a minute, so that doesn't bode well for him, does it? We'll see how he gets on for the rest of the game. That might be the one blip. It certainly wasn't his fault that he's conceded that goal, but at the same time, rubbish, wasn't it? Conceding that early. Cogney with the big throw. Sernajaki heads onto Mira, who heads into the crossbar. I thought it was being given as offside, but it's actually a corner. If Mira keeps that header down, it's 1-1. Sernajaki now with the in-swinging corner, and the Arsenal keeper gets his hands on it. No trouble at all there. And it remains 1-0 to Arsenal as we hit the 20-minute mark of the game. Other squad management news. I'm kind of a mind that Amlang is my backup striker to Gomez now. We've had a couple more reports through from coaches telling me how much Amlang is improving. And I suspect, maybe not suspect, hope that by the end of the season, Amlang will force his way into this side and become our regular starting striker. At which point, I know lots of people are going to say, Kev, they don't force their way into the team. You just have to play them. I promise you, they force their way into the team. I've just explained how Regulus has been doing it. They get opportunities, and then they have to take the opportunities. Gomez won't play every game. He'll get injured. He'll hit bad form. He'll get suspended. He'll get tired. And when Amlang makes these substitute appearances, or when he plays in these cup games, that's when he has to grab the opportunities. It's not all about the star rating. It's about how you take the opportunities when you're given them. I'm not just going to play him 5 games in a row just for the sake of it, just to see if he's any good. Certainly not until we're safe in the Premier League. Once we're safe, he might get a run of games then, and then we'll see if he's got what it takes to do the job next year, or whether we need to go out and splash some cash on a striker in the summer. Orlando now plays it across to Arnautovic, back to Mira, and Arnautovic again, Back to Mira again, and Arnautovic now plays Senajaki, and Gomez is there, and that's a very, very good save from the Arsenal keeper. Gomez got himself in a great position. That's our second clear-cut chance of the game to Arsenal's 0. Senajaki now with a corner, and it ends up finding Ruiz, who gives the ball away on the edge of the area. Now Arsenal with the opportunity for a counter-attack. We need to close this down here, and Ruiz, to be fair to him, he's chasing back. I like to see him chasing back, but he was rubbish at it, and he got himself sent off for the pleasure. Don't need to make any changes. Whenever I get a red card, it's the attacking midfielder who comes off anyway. So we just have to try and survive with 10 men now. Forget survive, we've just scored. Is the ref disallowing it? That's evil. De Silva's offside, apparently. Do we get a replay here? I actually thought it was Quero who hit with the header. There's no offside there at all. And I feel like we've been a little bit harshly done by there, but hopefully that gives us the confidence to go on. I mean, we're only one goal behind. We've got the opportunity to get back in the game. We can hit them with a set piece. We're good at them. And we've just shown we can get the ball in the back of the net. Orlando now with a clever little ball through to Senajaki, who squares it for Gomez, and there is the goal. It's Arsenal 1, Bourne 1, a 7th goal of the season for Gomez. More good work from Senajaki to pick up yet another assist. Orlando does very well on this right-hand side as well, getting himself forward, getting involved in the attack, playing this lovely little through ball to Senajaki. And then, I mean, it's not hard what Senajaki's had to do there, but he's done it very well. He's placed that pass perfectly into the path of Gomez, who is there to apply the finish. Right, Minic is going to come off for Voros. Voros is another natural inside forward. You know how much I love an inside forward. So he can come on there. And we haven't got Ansong on the bench, who I would like to bring on for Orlando, who still isn't fully fit. You can see he's tiring. What we might do is bring on Vitor Hugo, stick Quero out there at right back, and Hugo can come in there as a stopper, which is what he likes to do, and that's fine. We'll do that. But I need to work out where Ansong is, because he definitely should have been on that bench. If only I picked my own bench, because he should have been on that bench today, because I knew Orlando wouldn't be able to play a full game. Right, final substitution. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Robinson feels like the man I want to get on. Although, to be fair, the whole front three are doing quite well. Voros has only just joined the party up there, but I don't want to take off Senajaki or Gomez. We could try out playing the back three with Quero as the libero that we talked about in the last episode, but that feels like a bad idea in the circumstances. You know what? We're not going to make a change unless someone gets to... In fact, Senajaki, look at him. I'm saying I don't want to take him off. He is getting tired. Robinson can come on for him. He's a Spurs boy as well, so he's going to have a little bit of extra motivation to try and grab a winning goal against Arsenal. 1-1 when we've been down to 10 men for, what, half an hour? It's another example of us being a lot better than I think any of us, including me, expected us to be this season, because that is a very well won point. And now we need to try and pick up a win against Brighton, and we'll call that a successful episode. Couple of changes for the Brighton game then. One of them forced. We've had to bring Robinson in for Ruiz, who of course is suspended off the back of the last game. You can see Evan Lahif is away on international duty for the next month or so. So any hopes anyone had of him making it back into the side, they're not happening anytime soon. And it's a good job he didn't do that this time last year, or we might not have got promoted at all. The other change is Conley is moving into midfield to play alongside Arnautovic, with Regulus coming in at left back. So let's get into the game. Stančić is keeping his place in goal today. Conley taking the captain's armband for today as well. He's another one of these weird new gen players who can play in some strange positions. He'll do left back but not left wing back, central midfield but not attacking midfield, right wing but not right midfield, or left wing despite being left footed, or he's also an accomplished striker. And you're going to see Conley play in some positions over the years. I think he's my favourite left-back since Candemill, and that's saying something. Go out there, give the fans their money's worth. I don't know why I've done that team talk. I never do that team talk, but it seems I have now. Orlando now with the throw. Lumps it into the area. There is Conley. Can play right wing, and now he's in a right wing position. Plays it back to Orlando. Orlando with the cross to Silva in acres of space. Not a striker though, is he? If only he was one of these new gen players who could play in a gazillion different positions and had a little bit of finishing about him. Alas, it's not the case. And the next highlight puts us defending a corner. Conley there to head clear now. He is everywhere, that boy. Robinson now with the breakaway finds Gomez, who immediately loses the ball. We've seen both sides of Gomez in this episode. He's a nice little finisher, but that was just terrible attacking play from him there. And Robinson thought he'd won the ball back, but somehow managed to fall over the Brighton player. And it's Conley in with a crunching tackle again. My goodness. Regulus not quite looking as good as Conley is in the defence there, though. Although he is good getting up and down that left-hand side. I like having them both in the team. I do enjoy this combination of them. And I think the more Conley plays there, the more likely he is to upgrade to a natural central midfielder, which, like I say, I think that's where he might end up plying his trade for the majority of his career. And Nautovic plays it across to De Silva, who, again, is in a very attacking position from these throws. I don't know why De Silva's pushing so far forward. I might need to look at my throwing instructions. Regulus plays it to De Silva, who's made it all the way back, and then plays it all the way back to Stancic, the safe option. And Stancic looking up, picking out Robinson, and the attack continues again with Robinson trying something very creative. It ends up falling to Cernajacki, who skips past his man, plays it into Gomez, and that's a very good save from the Brighton goalkeeper. And we've got a throw in a position that makes it as dangerous as a corner. Orlando can chuck a long throw in, but I guess didn't do it very well, or didn't do it at all, because the highlight just stopped, even though, I mean, a good long throw there, and it is a corner, basically. Stancic now to Quero from the goal kick, plays it forward to Orlando, and now Cernajacki again. Is he going to do something fancy again? There you go. He's just going to run past his man, and he's just very fancy. He's good at the football. He did lose the ball there, and Brighton, again, with a chance for a little bit of a counter-attack. Regulus needs to be aware of what's going on here and not let his man fly past him. In fact, between Minic and Conley, they've protected Regulus there and done a very good job of it. Stancic now again trying to get the ball moving forward, and there is Conley. Ball over the top. Gomez to chase. Gomez using his pace here, and that's a lovely finish. And an 8th goal of the season for Christian Gomez. And a cartwheel to boot. Slowly but surely, bearing in mind this is another young lad. I think he's only 23 years old. Slowly but surely, Christian Gomez is starting to look like a Premier League striker. 8th goal of the season for him, and we're getting better all the time. I mean, I don't like to talk about it because I don't want to put a jinx on things, but we are getting closer and closer to avoiding relegation altogether, and I can't help but just glance up a little bit and notice just how close we are to those Europa League qualification spots, and just have a little bit of a I wonder. I mean, it'd be money in it, and money's always welcome. Robinson now, skipping past his man, plays it across to Arnautovic, to Conley, back to Arnautovic again, who finds Regulus. This is where Regulus is good. Getting forward, he's got a lovely cross on him. He's very quick, and I think he poses a huge attacking threat down this left-hand side. The only problem is he's not quite as solid defensively as Regulus yet. As you can see there, the wing has just flown straight past him as if he's not there. But then I guess having Conley ahead of him as a box-to-box midfielder on that left-hand side means he's going to come back and help him out. And Minic tends to do a lot of that as well. And they both do offer some good support to Regulus. So maybe this is what we're going to end up doing. Who knows? I like the fact we've got these options. I really, really like this young squad that we're putting together here at Bourne. We are going places at this football club. Right, Minic is going to come off for Voros again on this left-hand side. Cernajacki not having a great time. So Bruce can come on for him. And in actual fact, we might do them this like this. There you go. That's a combination that kind of works with them as a front three. And I don't want to drop praise at 1-0. Regulus. Big throw. I don't know where he's aiming for, but he threw it a long way, that's for sure. Not towards any player on either team. But Conley, what a goal from William Conley. There you go. You don't get that from any of our other midfield players. Let me know down in the comments. In fact, I'm going to do the unthinkable and show you his attributes. You tell me, is this boy a left back? Is this boy a central midfielder? He's clearly very good at both, and he's going to be a player who's around for a long time to come yet. Still only 22. We only paid 200,000 for him. But what is he? He's a complete wing back when he plays on the left. And, I mean, he ticks all the boxes for that. But if we play him in midfield, we're playing him as a box-to-box midfielder. I mean, apparently he can't do long shots. I mean, I guess looking at that, he's a left-back. But you lot let me know. He could be a winger. Well, the one thing I'll say is with 7 finishing, he's probably not a striker. But both of them, in fact, he's already natural in central midfield. I thought he must have upgraded to that, because I don't think he was natural central midfield before. I think he was just accomplished there. So with us playing him there a little bit, he's already become natural in that role, which is awesome. Now he can drop the praise. What a goal, though, that was. That's someone who apparently can't do long shots. I mean, imagine if he trains them for 2 years and gets good at them. What kind of goals is he going to score then? Absurd. Stančić had that covered all the way. Stančić is on for a clean sheet here, which would be a lovely little confidence booster. It would be nice to have 2 goalkeepers we can actually trust. And, of course, with an FA Cup run just beginning, you know who my FA Cup goalkeeper is going to be, regardless of who's my first choice keeper in the league at the time. The Alan FA Cup Hardy will continue to be my FA Cup goalkeeper for as long as he's at the club. He's earned that right to play in every FA Cup game we play in. They've got a goal back there, and are we going? Is the ref disallowing that? Offside. Lovely stuff. Are we going to have a look at a replay? Because it doesn't look very offside from there. Again, I mean, I guess that one is a little closer to the one we had disallowed before, but they're so close. Some of these are a little bit... This VAR thing's silly, isn't it? I hope it doesn't catch on. I hope they don't start using it in real life. I know they are. I'm just playing on the fact that you lot think I know nothing. I shouldn't have to explain it, but I do, or else you really shout at me in the comments. They're in again here, and that shot whistles wide of the post. Again, I think Stančić had it covered. I think he was okay there. We have another throw, this time with Orlando finding Robinson. Robinson looking to release Orlando again. Orlando now plays it. That's a terrible pass. Mira didn't know whether to go for it or continue covering the player who he knew was going to receive it. He kind of got lost in no man's land doing neither. Cogney's all over the place as well. Our central midfield too, just nowhere to be found at the moment, and it's left us in a little bit of trouble. Da Silva clearing, and we've got away with it a little bit there. But Brighton continuing the attack. Jake Bruce in with a tackle. He's not played a lot of football this year, but he still doesn't let us down when he's in the team. Gomez has done very well here, and Gomez very nearly doubling his tally for the day. Forces a corner. It's going to be Robinson going across to take. If we can find a third here, that puts it beyond doubt. Quero heading just over, and I do need to fix these corner instructions because Da Silva, 6'4", Quero, 6 foot. We need to be aiming for Da Silva from these corners, not the little guy. Corner from Brighton. Was that a save from Stančić? If so, very good work from the goalkeeper, trying to make the position his own. Although he's a short sleeve shirt goalkeeper, and I just don't. You can't trust a short sleeve shirt goalkeeper. It's not natural. I grew up in an era where you didn't even roll up your sleeves if you were in goal. You wore long sleeves. They were padded all along the forearm. And that's just how goalkeepers' shirts were. These short sleeve shirts goalkeepers, just something weird about them. Untrustworthy. You wouldn't catch Sir Alan Hardy in a short sleeve goalkeeping shirt. Right, 2-0 win. We've picked up 4 points from an episode where we I didn't even expect 3. Hope for 3. Got 4. And that means 22 games in. We're on 32 points. We're almost at the point where we can call it and say we're safe. Certainly by the next episode, I think that's the situation we're going to be in. And then it's just going to be about trying to go one better in the FA Cup than we did the year or two back, and just tentatively glancing up and hope no one notices us doing it. And looking at, look, Wolves are only 3 points ahead of us. Liverpool are only 6 points ahead of us. Interesting. Very, very interesting. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Make sure you check out my new series that started on the channel today as well. Can't believe I've waited to the end of the video to mention it to you, but there's a new series. Make sure you check it out. Episode 1 is out now. Subscribe to the channel for more of this and more of that. And thank you very much for watching.